Do you think that it was a springboard to have you miss a year of experience, a year of reps, and Nick Bosa suddenly pop up on the screen?
Well, things have a way of working out. And so I always told myself it was a blessing in disguise, the ACL and everything, and we got Bosa out of it. So, I mean, that's a pretty good trade-off, I guess.
I'm very glad we have him. I don't wish 4-12 on anybody. But after going through it, it was nice what it brought us.
That's Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan talking about the impact of last year's Week 3 season-ending torn ACL for Jimmy Garoppolo, fueling that 4-12 season and unlocking the opportunity to get Nick Bosa with the second overall pick in the draft. And really, it was like having the first overall pick because they weren't going to take Kyler Murray. They have Jimmy G. They get Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is great, and it's one of the reasons why this team is now hosting the NFC Championship game. And Chris, in a roundabout way, it proves the value of tanking.
Yeah,
right.
A little
because
bit.
You're only 1 year away from turning it all around if you get that special player in the first round of the draft who can transform your offense or your defense, and we've seen that with Nick Bosa.
Well, 100%. I mean, first off, Bosa is phenomenal. I mean, Bosa is already in the conversation for one of the best pass rushers in the sport. He's one of the better defensive players in the sport. They're a different team when he's not in there and not healthy. I mean, he's special. He really is. You and I, we saw him in person, right, this weekend. I mean, we always joke about legs and butt. Holy cow. I mean, we had to put both of our legs together to equal one of his. He's just a specimen that way and so explosive. But it's more than that. It's more than the first pick because it's, 2 picks in the top 35 or 36. And there's another contributor there that if they don't go 4-12 last year, Deebo Samuel, they took him at the top of the second round. So you're not able to do that without being 4-12 as well. Those are 2 big-time rookie contributors on both sides of the ball where I'm not sure they are where they are right now without either one of them.
Yeah, and look, I am not a fan of entering the season with the mindset that you're not going to try to win because I think any of the 32 teams in any given year can piece together enough victories to get into playoff discussion, even if they don't ultimately make it, just to be alive and relevant in December. But once you know you're done, there really is no reason to keep winning games.
Yeah.
You win by losing because as soon as the season ends and everything flips from the standings where you're at the bottom of your division, all of a sudden you're at the top of the draft. And now, look, you're going to be, kind of stuck with whatever the quality is of the guys coming out any given year. But when you get first dibs in any given class, you have a chance of getting a guy that's going to make you better instantly and dramatically.
Yes.
And we've seen that from the 49ers. And they didn't try to go 4-12, but just like Kyle said, hey, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but it's led to something pretty good by having Nick Bosa. And this feels like a team that is going to be back in this conversation for years to come, really.
Yeah, right. It does. I mean, they're young and talented, and they got a lot of good players on rookie contracts still. It's the formula, yes, for a team that you go, well, they got a chance to be in this Final Four game, for the next 5 years, for sure. I mean, I think that's what they've built between the regime that was there before Shanahan Lynch and now what they've done, and to add on and to make it even so much better is great. And the other thing, Mike, too, with Jimmy Garoppolo getting hurt, there's some things there, too, that help the football team. They knew, okay, we can't rely on our quarterback. We're not going to be able to throw the ball over the lot, with Nick Mullins or C.J. Beathard. So they had to get tougher as far as in the run game. They had to learn how to do that. Shanahan, he had to push the envelope as far as creativity because he knew he didn't have like a game-breaking superstar-type quarterback back there. He knew he had to give them every schematical advantage he could in that aspect. So those are other things that improve your football team, and last year they played without a franchise quarterback and still were a pain in the butt. Yeah, it wasn't a great record, but I think there was a lot of things we saw as far as going, man, they're exciting. There's some talent on here. Watch out for this team this year. They might be in that playoff conversation, and of course they've far exceeded that.
We saw everyone on the 49ers starting defensive line get at least 1 sack on Saturday against the Vikings. Nick Bosa had 2 of them. Can they do that same thing against Aaron Rodgers?
No, I don't think they will be able to. I think it's a great advantage that the Green Bay Packers got to play this defense, got to play there in that stadium once before. They'll know what they're getting themselves into this second time around. I think they were a little shell-shocked that first time around. One, schematically caught them with a few blitzes and Mike some twists and stunts that Green Bay really didn't pick up well. And I think they were caught off guard by just the talent and the aggression and the explosiveness of that front. So I think they'll have a better game plan going forward. The offensive line will know what to expect more. I think they'll have more plays to get the ball out of Rodgers' hands quickly and things like that to maybe wear out that front four a little bit and not let them be such a force in the game like they were the first time around.
And perhaps the biggest challenge your tattoo buddy Kyle Shanahan has this week is to get his players to forget about 37-8,
right?
And to get them to look at how it happened, why it happened,
right,
how it easily could have gone the other way. And I think the easiest piece of that for Kyle Shanahan is to focus his guys on what Aaron Rodgers is capable of doing.
That's
and
true.
When you consider
I hear that.
I mean, he's in the zone right now.
Right.
He's fully aware of his football mortality, fully in possession of his football abilities, going back to his home area, taking on the team he grew up rooting for. He is going to be dangerous this weekend, Chris.
Right. Well, and yeah, I mean, the 49ers are waking up going, oh, we already beat this team. And the Green Bay Packers are waking up with fear every day. Like, I hope we don't get blown out. I hope we don't get sent home. And there's some, real stuff to that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.